Daddy's. Daddy's.
Welcome back to Death Metal
Howdy,
Daddy.
howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to another week with us. My name is Jeff,
I'm Silas.
and we're back again to talk more about some death metal, some dad stuff, or even just growing old stuff. So, let's start off with the most important things. How's your week been?
My week has been good, man. Um, sorry, just changed my name there. I felt like I needed an update. Um,
You didn't like
anyways,
Mike Hunt?
yeah, well, Mike Hunt was pretty good. It was so good that I had to keep it for like 5 episodes. So, but yeah, now I'm Morpheus. So,
You watch The
blue pill
Matrix
or red
recently?
pill? No, no, I didn't actually. I don't know why it just kind of popped in my head, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, a week. Yeah, man. I don't know. Same shit, different day, sort of week. It feels like trucks in the shop getting cosmetic work. Maybe that was the status of it last week. Can't really remember. Yeah, man. I don't know. Let's start with you. How's your week?
Uh, very busy. I had drill this past weekend, but I have a
Mm,
pass tomorrow, so tomorrow's my first day off since last weekend. So that'll be nice. And I actually get to go take my car, go get the Bronco inspected and hopefully registered and all that, get all that finally taken care of. Um,
sweet.
Other than that, not too much. I do find it funny that your name is Morpheus bringing up the Matrix because I just listened to an audiobook called Black Pill.
Oh,
Kind of,
really?
yeah. Good book for anyone who's interested in finding a new audiobook. Black Pill. It's about the how the extremities of like the internet have kind of become more and more commonplace and has kind of reached the mainstream when it never should have in the first place. Like incel culture, online neo Nazis and stuff, and just kind of extremists like that. It's a good
Yeah.
listen.
It is. It is pretty wild how just in control it seems like freaking internet is anymore. Everything almost revolves around it. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty hard to get away from, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Other than that, not really much of anything. Been playing a little bit, just shooting some hoops with the kids and family. That's about it. Since it's been a beautiful day today,
Oh,
80
dude, it was
degrees.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, not much. Playing a little bit more guitar, mostly because I'm wanting to
Oh, nice.
relearn some old Mastodon songs, but we'll get into why
Yeah.
later in the news section.
What songs are you shooting for?
So I already learned Sea Beast before. I just kind of forgot that cool part in the beginning. Like the dun 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 that part's easy. It's the dun 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 dun
How does
dun.
that one how does that one start again?
It's the here if you can
Oh,
hear
I'm
it.
getting some sweet guitar action from Jeffrey. Wow. You better not suck. Oh, I can't hear anything.
All right.
Looks
Well,
great. It looks great though.
it's the slow one where it starts off with the chords. It's the music video where it's all like black and white and kind of like 1950s old movie style.
Oh shit, I don't even know if I've seen it. You know what? I got
It's
the
the
internet
no no no
right
no
here.
no 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 no
For some
no.
reason, the one that comes to mind is that.
Oh, that's is that I Am Ahab?
Yeah, it might be. That's a badass one, though. Sea Beast. No, I don't want a Netflix film.
I love
Okay,
playing
let's see
CDs
here.
mostly for that kind of cool, almost mini solo they do in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Is it coming back to you now?
Yeah, that's cool, man. That is an awesome song.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of that, mostly because out of sadness and love for Mastodon. And I've also kind of gotten back into what's that? Once More Around the Sun. Kind of been going back
Mm,
to that.
I yeah, I like that album, man. That was a fun one. Um, what album is that sea beast on? Is that Leviathan?
Yeah, it's Leviathan.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so well, yeah, I guess do we dive into that later? It
Yeah, we
almost
can get that'll
seems
be obviously the big metal news.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
other than
right.
that, nothing going on here. What about you? You didn't really I know you had
Yeah,
your truck is in the
yeah, truck's
shop.
in the shop. I don't know, I feel like I need to like take notes throughout my week. Uh yeah, I don't know, getting the yard kind of ready, I guess, for spring and shit. Got all the spring decor out, and so um feeling fresh, man. It's nice. I'm
I gotcha.
definitely liking the weather change for sure. I prefer
Yeah.
this over the freezing shit, so
Yeah. Oh, I did forget to bring it. I did finally go fishing for the first time in a lot while. Took Jensen fishing.
sweet.
Didn't catch
Awesome.
anything. Mostly because I was
Bummer.
still so focused on Jensen.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any worms, but I wanted him to have a bobber, but I didn't really have anything to really fit with the bobber, so I got like a spam and put it on a hook for him and try to throw it
Yeah.
out there. But it was a
I
cheap.
figured they'd probably yeah, I would think that they'd probably go after that.
I know it works for catfish, but also I bought him like a very cheap $10 hole because I want him to have like a one that could go farther out because he has like a little kid
Mm.
one, but it still wouldn't go very far. And it would after a couple seconds because we were fishing on a river, so like
Uh-huh.
after a couple seconds it goes straight to the side where we were at.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so we
That's
didn't.
still fun though, man.
Yeah,
It's just fun to get out and to just try it, just to cast, you know. It's honestly
yeah,
I think pretty enjoyable. I need to get the girls out and try it again as since they've getting a little bit older, maybe they'll
yeah,
be able to comprehend it more.
hmm yeah. That's it. That's all I got. Kind of a
Yeah.
just a run of the mill week, just a busy week.
Yep, yep. No doubt, man.
But since our weeks were kind of like kind of normal, you want to talk about these new releases? Got a lot.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
some big new releases.
Yeah, yeah, there is, man, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
let's just go into it. Dun, 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 dun.
Metal news.
Dun, 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 dun.
What are you listening to? Oh.
So, unlike last week where we did purely underground releases, this week we have some big names going on. Um, First off, though, we got a big new single from a big international band, and that is the new single, The Shadow Elite by Behemoth.
Hmm,
Um,
yeah.
I so we already had the Shit of God that was the first single from their I guess their upcoming album. Then there's this new one, Shadow Elite. The first one was kind of like, it just feels like what they've been doing, not as exciting. This
Hmm.
one felt a little more fun for me. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It almost I didn't really care what Nurgle was doing. I felt like the guitars were kicking ass. It felt almost like Evangelion style, kind of like riffage going on. So this was
Hmm.
refreshing, and I really enjoyed it. What did you think of this single?
Yeah, dude, I agree, man. I think that it they definitely brought back some of those more technical elements of the riffage, you know, and it seems to almost be stepping back into that death metal genre rather than this kind of experimental black and death, whatever you want to call them now. Um, so yeah, I really like that drifting kind of backwards in sound. I do agree on the vocals though, like they're not 100% like back for me. Just my bitchy thought of it, but I hate that. I feel like I gotta fucking pick out something and everything. Why? I don't know why I'm like that, but yeah, it's just not Evangelion for me, and maybe that's just the old guy in me coming out. I like my old shit, so I don't know. I'm sticking with it, but I don't know. I try to defeat that, and because I want to give everything a fair chance. So, but anyways, yeah, that's aside from that, it makes up for it in the guitars for sure. Like I feel like we get a taste of that heavy, aggressive behemoth. So, yeah, it was a pretty fun song, man. I dug it.
Mhm. Absolutely. Then we also have a new single by the progressive technical death metal band, Fallujah, with their new single
Oh yeah.
Kaleidoscopic Waves. What did you think of this one?
I think it's good. I don't know. Here I go again. I'm such a flesh prevails type of guy. That's like my absolute fave of theirs. And so this was good. I mean, it has those elements. It has that Fallujah style to it. But um, yeah, I don't know. It's solid.
I gotcha. I thought it was okay. I'm not super into Fallujah. I do kind of think like
Hmm.
when Flesh Prevails came out, it was very interesting at the time for me. But I feel like as
Hmm.
times progressed, I don't know, I feel like Flesh Prevails for me and Fallujah, Flesh Prevails is kind of like it's almost as best as like this one small project. To where the rest is like I don't really care as much anymore, especially when they went through that kind of almost borderline metalcore phase. I forget what album it was. I remember it had more of a bouncy stuff. This is kind of better because it kind of goes back to that very giant sounding ethereal feeling with the
Hmm.
death metal stuff. But still, it's not something that's really up my alley too much. But I can see they're going back, in my opinion, to kind of their getting away from the metalcore. So I kind of
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean they definitely capture like soundscapes so well out of most metal bands. Like they capture like I don't know, it's like a dreamy soundscape, you know what I mean? That's
Hmm.
it's just like the best way I can describe that band. But I mean they knock that style out of the park, that's for sure. Like it just
Hmm.
sounds real, I don't know, like elegant. If I
Yeah.
think I've mentioned that before about them, but yeah, dude, I don't know. They got an awesome sound. It's
Hmm.
definitely it interests me for sure.
Yeah.
But
And then we have the new single after a their new album was being announced, and that is the new song off their upcoming album for the band Ghost, and the song is Satanized.
mm,
Um, I mean, I thought it was good. I like it better than the Impera album, but it's still not for me in that Meliora phase, which I think is
mm-hmm,
kind of like pinnacle Ghost, either Meliora or Infestimum. But it's still, you know what, kind of good, and I do kind of appreciate because I feel like it's kind of fallen off the past couple albums, almost like they were playing it too safe. But I'm glad they're kind of bringing back kind of like the satanic stuff a little bit, even though it is still kind of like borderline Scooby Doo chase music, but it's still creating that, putting the Satanism back in. It kind of creates that edge to where it's like, all right, they're not trying to be radio friendly. It's gonna,
right.
parents might actually still take these records, even though it's not like super heavy, but it's evil. So I kind
Mm-hmm.
of appreciate that a little bit more. So I don't know. I'm a little interested to see what this album brings. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, sorry, just almost died, but
Are you okay?
no, yeah, I think I'm gonna live. I'm gonna make it. But no, I thought this one was I liked it. I mean, I think it's interesting because he almost sounds like he's doing poppier vocals than what
Hmm.
he already does. But like you said, they're bringing back like the darker elements, and it's blatantly. I mean, it's called Satanized, so it's you know what you're getting into.
Uh-huh.
But it's just I thought that was I don't know. It's just funny that he sings it so um, like uh, happily. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
I can't help but find it humorous too. But no, so I don't know. I thought the song did sound um musically captivating. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to hear what else they come out with.
Yeah.
So yeah, they still got me on board.
Yeah. Um, Up next is kind of a surprise drop from this band we've talked about a lot, and that is the new single called Biographite by Cytotoxin.
Hell yeah,
They
dude.
heard us talk about them when we were recording last episode somehow, about how they're Chernobyl survivors, and they've dropped this new single, Biographite, from their upcoming album. What'd you think of this single?
Oh, dude, it kicks ass. Um, they just don't disappoint, dude. Every release is what I'd hoped it would be, and yeah, man, I'm super.
Hell yeah.
What was your thoughts?
I did like it. I do feel like I feel like with Cytotoxin, I'm not too good with their singles. I want it the whole package, kind of like with how I found how listening to Nuclear Earth and Gamageddon and stuff like that. I feel like it is more. I appreciate it more when it's one after the other, and I have it's more of a package deal. So right now
Mm,
it's still good, but just with all the chaos and technicality, I kind of want it all at once. So sorry, allergies have been kicking my ass. I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm excited for a new
oh
cytotoxin.
yeah, man, it's
Oh yeah.
definitely like come back full swing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, excited for a new
Yeah, I am
cytotoxin.
too, man. Yeah, for sure. Like they're just yeah, really looking forward to it. What's that new album called?
Uh let
Is it
me
Biographite? Is that the album title too?
that's I'm trying. It might be. Well, I was hoping to click on it and it would just show the picture, but apparently it's going to show one of those mini videos. So let me look real quick. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
that
check.
is the name of the album, Biographite.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pump for that one, man.
So that is it for the singles. We have a couple EPs and albums, but I kind of want to get to these albums first. Because we have an album that was dropped from a band that I don't know, I feel like I kind of wrote them off a few years ago. But they've kind of come back in a surprising way, and that is Whitechapel with their new album, Hymns and Dissonance. Um, what'd you think of this album?
Dude, yeah, I mean, they're back to being heavy, back to being awesome Whitechapel, so I'm definitely thrilled about that. I can't help but be on the train with others though. Like, I don't know. And reading that review leading up to it, I felt like it was kind of misleading. I don't really see how he got, like how this is a good follow-up of like New Era of Corruption, or sounds like it's a follow-up from that. Because I didn't really get a lot of that. I almost got more Somatic Defilement mixed with This Is Exile.
Hmm.
It's like a blend of those two albums, if I had to, kind of describe it. So, I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, man, I mean, it's heavy as hell. Uh, Super solid album. I think I still need to listen to it more. I've ran the album a couple times now, but yeah, just trying to like dissect it and stuff. And um, yeah, man, jam it out. So far, like some of my favorite tracks are, I think, Hate Cult Ritual. That's a good one. And then Bedlam
Oh
or
yeah,
Bedlam.
that
Dude,
riff.
yeah, that's so sick. That's a badass one.
Hmm.
What was your thoughts on it, man?
Um, I was a little skeptical going into it because I feel like even if it was bad, everyone's gonna be saying it's good because Whitechapel's so big, blah blah blah. And it starts off with that Prisoner 666, and
Yeah.
listening to it is like, all right. Wasn't really too into that song, but literally everything else was great, and I felt like the album got better as it progressed. Hymns and Dissonance, great song. Diabolic Slumber, I loved. Viscera Rich, we already kind of listened to that. Hate Cult Ritual, Bedlam with that riff kind of pulls you in with that very groove, just very basic riff, but just gets you going. Mammoth
Mm-hmm.
God, and then Nothing Is Coming for Any of Us. I think this is an amazing album. Very good job. And I do agree. I didn't hear too much of New Era except for maybe a little, because I felt like that was a little bit groovier. But when it comes to overall tone, I did think it was a lot more. This is Exile. But I also noticed it feels like this is the most he's ever done highs in an album, and he's doing a lot of highs. And I feel like that is what has
Mm-hmm.
changed with his voice the most. His highs sound a lot different than what they used to be, and I'm not complaining about it. I
Yeah,
do think they sound good. It's just that it feels like it's a new direction a little bit, and I kind of like it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Great
agree with
album.
that.
Great album. Yeah, I do think I need to listen to it a little bit more. Um, but yeah, I liked it. Pretty good album. Hymns and Dissonance.
Hell yeah, man.
Um, Up next, we have Spearbox with their new album Tsunami Sea. Um, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm kind when it comes to this band, I'm kind of a hater. I'm not a big fan of this band. And it's not that they're terrible. I just feel like they're so popular and almost too popular for what they sound like. And I don't know. I almost feel I don't want to throw the accusation out there, but almost like industry plantish, or even if like the record label is just pushing them so hardcore. Because I see them everywhere, and I don't really get it. This album, I felt like was a little bit more understanding. It's like I thought it was a little bit better, but at the same time, like because it was heavier, there was some a lot more genty parts and some of like cool like mathy stuff a little bit every now and then. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I didn't feel like it was doing anything new. It was just kind of like the same old recycle. Like here's a low riff, and then we're just gonna all of a sudden read some really high stuff really quick, and then it's just a lot of the same stuff over and over again. And then also, I don't remember. I think it was Perfect Soul or Black Rainbow. I didn't understand the choice of having the clean vocals harmonize so well with the instruments to where you can't even hear what she's saying. I thought that was weird. Um,
What's the song called?
I think it was either Black Rainbow or Perfect Soul. I forget which one it was. It was in that area.
Oh, okay. Remember those? Okay. I don't remember looking at those titles or whenever I jammed the album, but so it yeah, man, I remember listening to it, and I definitely get what you're saying. Like, they definitely sound like they are kind of ran by a label almost, just because it sounds like a melody of a lot of generic stuff. But I don't know. I will say that it is done really well. Like, they got really sick gent grooves, and they got what I liked about it was how song to song almost seemed like drastic changes. Like there wasn't one song that almost I felt, that repeated itself. And so I think that was really good on them with this album. And on top of that, they also do so much different stuff. Like she's kind of really good at singing. Like she has a killer voice, screams and cleans.
Hmm.
There was a song where I noticed they used a lot of auto tune though. And I don't really think they need it. But I feel like I heard that. But aside from that, man, I really think it was good. Just being what I like the heavier songs on this one. So I want to say it's actually like the first song after the intro song that kicks into the album. Like it
Hmm.
starts heavy as hell. And that really surprised me and threw me for a loop. And honestly, that's what sucked me into this album because once I heard that they could, were bringing that kind of heavy, I was like, oh shit, I need to stick around. So, and I did, and I listened to like most of it. And, that song, and then I want to say it's like something low, too slow, or to die, or I don't know, something like that.
Uh, No Loss, No Love
No
by the
loss, no
Wiz.
love. Yeah. Yeah. Totally wrong. Way off. But,
I was
yeah.
getting the vibe you were trying to say.
Yeah. So it was that one. Those are some killer songs, dude, for sure. I want to say that To Live or what was it?
No Loss,
Whatever.
No Love.
No Loss, No Love. Fuck. That one really good, dude. And I think that was really genty. And I like that I heard some like Tesseract guitars in there
Hmm.
at times. but I feel like they also kind of change up the guitar tones from song to song. So I don't know. It was interesting to me how much I was drawn in because I was skeptical going into it, and I want to say, it's kind of made me a fan of theirs. It makes me want to kind of delve into their older stuff and really scope them out because I feel like they definitely got some good stuff in there.
I gotcha. Yeah, and like I said, I think I might just be a hater because I it was one of those weird things like that how fast they blew up. It was just kind of weird for
Yeah,
me.
they definitely got popular real quick.
And also,
But
well,
I was just gonna add, I think that goes to say like they can be heard in so many different places. Like I could see like a this being played in a gym or something because it's kind of
yeah,
that like it's almost listenable friendly, like listener friendly, you know what I mean, in
hmm
public places.
yeah,
It's just like, oh, that's metal, you know what I mean? Like you hear it
yeah.
and that's like your thought. I don't know. If that makes sense.
Also, I think it's a little bit of bitterness that it's that I Wrestled a Bear once isn't anymore. Like I've wished
Yeah.
like with how popular this got, why couldn't I Wrestled a Bear once, especially with the like Hail Mary? Because it was pretty much it's the same singer and guitarist. So why couldn't
Yeah.
that gotten as big as it was? And that, I feel like that was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Well, and that's one thing I noticed about listening to this album is you can definitely hear her go back to those that it's just as heavy as it was in those days. She's
hmm
a kick-ass vocalist, dude.
hmm
She really has got serious skill. So it's I was definitely interested with that, but yeah, they rip.
Yeah, and that is Spirit Box's new album, Tsunami Sea.
I
Um,
think I hate the album name and the cover though,
yeah,
gotta say.
yeah, a little
But
dull.
whatever. Yeah.
Up next was an album that we've talked about, but I didn't really. I think you knew this band, but I never really listened to this band. That is the EP Punishment by Crown Magnetar. Um,
Mm,
holy shit. Um, like
yeah.
coming off the heels of Hymns of Dissonance, I feel like Hymns of Dissonance. It sounds like Whitechapel's trying something new. To where Crown Magnetar is almost the exact same sound, but it sounds like this is just who they've always been. And
Hmm.
I think it sounds awesome. Just four quick songs: Barbed Wire Noose, Nailed the Fuck Down, Bringer of Dead Light, Decapitation Ritual. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was awesome. Very heavy, kind of that blackened death metal without like all the synths and stuff. Like it's really just like
Hmm.
them bringing on the heaviness and the dark, the evil darkness. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'd enjoy it. What did you think of this EP?
Yeah, dude, it's dark and evil and it kicks ass. Yeah, no, for real though, it's definitely heavy. Heavy content there for sure. And I love that this band has been doing the same thing since day one. Like every album cover's sick as hell. And not only that, dude, like they release so much shit. Like I was looking at their discography and like they're relatively new, but they've already got like 4 albums or something. And I was just like, Jesus, dude, you guys have been out for like 4 years. No, but like probably longer than that. But I don't know. I feel like they got a lot of material already for how new they are. But yeah, dude, it's brutal as hell, man. It kicks ass. I was jamming it earlier today, and it's nice and easy to just get through it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
not hard to get through. It's for me, it was good music. I threw it on to work out to earlier, and it's just I
Yeah,
felt like it was perfect for it. So
yeah. It feels like this EP just kind of drive speeds by because it's a pretty short album. I want to say it's maybe
yeah,
12 minutes long. It's very quick, very enjoyable. Like you
yeah,
said, perfect for working out because it gets that heaviness, get you going.
yeah, no doubt, dude.
Yeah, that is Crown Magnetar's new EP, Punishment. Um, Up next, so we have for the first time a release from a Big Four band of some kind, not the original Big Four, but this band is part of the German Big Four, and that is the new album by the German thrash metal band Destruction with their new album Birth of Malice. What'd you think of this one?
I thought it was cool, man. Definitely has some power metal interesting vocals there. But he kind of hits those like those ridiculous highs, you know. Like I heard or like one or two of those. I don't know, man. I thought it was fun. Definitely cool for like a modern old school sound. If
Mhm.
that makes sense, you know. I don't know. How long's this band been around?
I want to say since like the 80s, because like I said, they're
Oh
part of
wow.
the like German Big Four because it's Destruction, Tankard, Sodom, and Creator, the
Oh
German
okay.
Big Four. And I want to say they've been around since like mid late 80s.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're all old.
Damn. That's awesome, man. Well, they definitely didn't represent their age in their music, man. I mean, it's solid.
I don't know. There was one song. So I did like this album. I did feel a little weird though on the song Cyber Warfare because I do feel like it's old people trying to have a be scared of technology kind of vibe. Even with like the little electronics at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's got the influence there, I guess. But yeah, that's funny. I didn't really think of it like that. But
Yeah, it's still a good album. I do like the vocal. You did bring up the vocals. It kind of reminds me of like that Overkill style of vocals. It's that
yeah,
not my favorite vocals in thrash, but I've gotten used to a little bit with like I think Exodus does the same thing, but in Overkill. Uh, but still, I would still when it comes to the German Big Four, I think this is like my least favorite. I think Creator's better or Sodom, but
it's kind of like the vocal style that like no one really asked for, and like they just started doing it, and they weren't really ever told to stop, and then it just like kind of caught on, you know? Because
yeah,
it's definitely out there. Like it's interesting whenever you hear that, like, oh, like what? I don't know. But right on, man. Yeah, like it's cool.
yeah. It's not bad. It's a fun listen to. Check out the new album Birth of Malice by the band Destruction. Check them out.
Check it.
All right, up next we got a couple of underground releases. We got up first. We got the name of this album is called Air, Heir, and the name of this band is called This Gift. This Gift is a Curse. Um, Kind of a black metalish, almost atmospheric a little bit, a little raw, a little bit too. Uh, but I thought it was a little bit interesting. I didn't get through the full thing because they're pretty long songs, but I didn't mind it. It starts off with Kingdom. It's pretty good. The next song is called No Sun Nor Moon, and you can figure that out not by looking at it, but just listen to the song because they say it like 40 times. But
Oh,
it's
nice.
still not a. I didn't mind it. I thought this is pretty good, pretty epic world building when it comes to it, even though it is kind of a little bit of a raw sound, but it's still pretty good. I think it's a good effort by this band. This gives curse because I also love that band name. I think that's a cool one. And
That's
even I
cool.
think the album art kind of is pretty good. Did you listen to this? What did you think of it?
I didn't listen to it, man. I think I missed the singles portion on this playlist, so
I
my
gotcha.
apologies.
All right. And that is This Gift is a Curse with their new album, Air. Lastly was a one I added very recently. Actually, no, it looks like it says I added it 5 days ago. Um, and I regret adding it. And that is, it's not really an EP. I guess it's all the singles that they released for their upcoming album that it wasn't paying attention to. And that is the four new songs by Within Destruction. The songs are Incomplete, Cybergirl, Kanashibari, and Demon Child.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think of these?
Sounds anime influenced. Are
Yeah,
they
the
still
new
in their
album is
anime?
called Animetal.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. Nail on the head.
I was
Um,
not a fan.
I
How far they have
I
fallen from grace.
I gandered, and I think it was like so the Spotify playlist this week. The link when you add it to my library. I don't know why it does that shit sometimes. But so like I just got the sample version where I could just demo the songs. So I was like, whatever. I clicked one of the Within Destruction songs and like heard a portion of it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't really need to listen to that one. I get it. But yeah, it just doesn't sound like it was that first deathcore badass album that they ever made. So weird. Such a weird route for a band to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to this a little bit, and I hated a lot of it. Because it sounds like there's a mix of like weird poppy stuff going on now, like almost like
Yeah.
I forget what the name of that, J-pop a little bit almost, like but with like rockish. And
Huh.
then when the metal parts do come in, it's more of like the Yokoi's era of Within Destruction, kind of like the very generic death generic metalcore deathcore, not like it was with Death Wish when that came out. Very much more tame. I don't know. I'm not too interested in it. But yeah, I guess they're coming out with a new album. So if this does interest you, check out Within Destruction's upcoming album, Metal.
Hell yeah.
We do have one more that our buddy Sean sent us, and I listened to it today. Did you check out this link? He shared
Shout,
a lot
Sean.
of pictures with it, which made me worried that what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Smikra?
Uh yeah, I listened to it and I was it was an intentional. He knows he's fucking with me. Cuz it's like that type shit. I was like, "Yep, I'm out, motherfucker."
I did. So I'm assuming you listened to the song Major Revision.
I don't even know. I don't even, yeah, maybe.
Because when I
It might have been
went
the
to
title.
the album, that was the first song, but it's like the ninth track, and it was just like random chaos, and it sounded like someone took their wet hand and was like rubbing it on something like smooth, and it had like a saxophone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that crazy ass brass. Yeah, it sounds
yeah,
like they're cleaning their brass
it was just
instruments.
pure fucking chaos.
Yeah, it was
I
total
did,
fuckery.
yeah, I did listen to a little bit of the other stuff. Um, and the whole album isn't that way, but it is still
Oh.
it's somewhere between like kind of like mathcore and grindcore a little bit. But it's hard to tell what's really going on because the songs are kind of short. Like some songs have vocals, some just don't. And it's not like there's like a few instrumentals here and there. It's like, no, I don't know if this is an instrumental band that just has a
Huh.
couple guests on it. I don't know what's going on with this album. It's not bad. The Major Revision was the first song I listened to, and I thought, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. It's okay. I don't mind it too much because I do like the mathy stuff. But yeah, that's the new album by Smikra from China, and this album is
Hmm.
called uh, Regajzi. Common spelling. So yeah,
Nice.
check out Smikra Regajzi.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean for the great rec.
Yep.
10 out of 10.
Thank you,
Would
Sean.
recommend.
Album art's cool,
Allmart?
though. Album art.
Oh.
I think it looks
Oh.
like kind of like the
Allmart.
Greek mythology, like on how they have them on pots and stuff.
Oh,
It's like a
yeah.
minotaur,
Yeah.
but it looks like he's almost holding two apples and has like a micro penis.
Hmm.
But he's
Now
got
I need to review.
but he's got quads for days. That's where all of his attention's going.
Well, that's what matters.
Exactly. Yeah,
Makes up for it.
that's it for new releases. Do you have any other new releases that we missed that you want to bring up?
Mm, I don't think so. I would check my phone, but once again, phoneless. I don't know how this happens to me. It's 2025. I can't find my phone. I think that's another age thing too, right? You get older, you
Always
start
losing your
forgetting where you
phone.
left your phone.
I have been doing that more often.
That's so crazy. We're becoming disconnected.
Yeah, I even went to lunch at work and didn't realize I left my phone at my desk until I was like halfway
Wow.
to the
Hell
restaurant.
yeah. It's like a modern achievement.
So, since that's it for our new releases, are you ready to get on to metal?
What are you guys listening to?
Weekly playlist.
Weekly playlist. Weekly.
Did metal news.
News. World. Wide. News.
Prestige worldwide. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Gotta
Oh,
have me
yeah.
my boats and hose.
Classic.
So we alluded to it earlier. Obviously the big news. Do you want to talk about this?
Trying to remember what the big news is.
It's the white whale in the room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I like that. Nice reference. That's the, yeah. Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy, unexpected. Brent Hines is leaving Mastodon, or has left, I guess, at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Initial thoughts, initial reactions. Were you sad?
I was very sad. I don't know. I did see that it's mutual.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it sucks. Because obviously I feel like he was the weird. Like he's always been really weird, but I feel like he added the weird factor that Mastodon has always had, which kind of gave it that more interesting, um,
Yeah.
vibe to it. And he also did a lot of cool guitar stuff because he was into that weird guitar style. Like he played banjo, would kind of add some of that weird finger picking stuff to it and stuff like that. So that makes me sad. But at the same time, I also wonder because I see some people saying he was more of a proggy person, so maybe he was kind of the reason why they were kind of going drifting away from their older sound. I don't know, um, but either way, even if they do go heavier, that would be cool. But if I had the
Mm-hmm.
choice, I would have them not go heavy and still just have Brent in the band because I do feel like he did kind of add a great personality to it. He was fun. I don't know. It's just sad. Would you?
Yeah.
What's your feelings on it?
Yeah, man. It was disheartening, but it was on good terms, so that's nice. I mean, and I've even seen him share because I follow him on social media, and he shared like the posts and stuff about it for like people to click like through his story, you know. So I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Like, so he's obviously, I don't know if he's just trying to get it out there, but it seems like it's automatically kind of clickbaity. And it, because I mean, it is worthy news. It sucks, but it almost seems like they're leaving it open for his reuniting later,
Mhm.
or for him to still be able to reunite later. So I could
Yeah.
definitely see something like that happening in the future.
Hmm.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. But yeah, I agree, man. He brought like the funky side of things, and for me, it was more of like the hard rock, the hard like the heavy aspect, the wild aspect of Mastodon.
Hmm.
He just seemed like a wild man. Like it's like it always seems like he's partying all the time. He's always uploading like party pics with a bunch of rock dudes and shit. So
Hmm.
yeah, man. I don't know. He just seems like he has fun energy around him. So it sucks to see him go, but I'm also interested in the new chapter of Mastodon to see what they can make out of it, man. So yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah. And I know, so they've already done some shows with like a replacement fill-in, and they're having
Mm-hmm.
Ben Eller as his replacement for the time being. I don't know if it's a permanent thing. And some of us know him from he makes a lot of funny YouTube videos. I think I've sent you one of them. It's how to sound like Mastodon videos. He's also made a how to sound like Gojira video. Very good guitarist, and so it's kind of perfect that he actually
Huh.
ends up touring with Mastodon after making Mastodon videos. But
Yeah,
uh, yeah,
that's cool. Good for him, man. Yeah, that's so like he's just social media famous, really. He's not been in any
Oh,
bands previously.
no, because anytime I see anyone talk about Ben Eller being in the band now, it's always YouTube. I don't hear because I was trying to figure out who is this Ben Eller, uh, but no, I couldn't find any bands. I could only keep finding his YouTube things. So
Okay,
I think he is really just a YouTube guitarist. From what I understand, he's not doing a bad job, doing pretty good. Because obviously he can kind of understand what they were doing musically and make joke videos about it. Um, I'm also curious to see
nice.
what Brett is going to do now because I know he has a bunch of side projects, and I feel like
Yeah,
he's maybe taking them a little bit more seriously. So See what he does too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Dirty behinds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that dude, he's a fun follow, man.
Yeah. I do love his Instagram profile picture with the kid with the
Uh
glasses and it's the hot dogs between
oh
the
yeah.
just a
Yeah, that's
weird
pretty
guy,
good.
but I love him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Seems super fun.
I do have some other metal news that's somewhat Mastodon adjacent. And
Okay.
it's from what I understand, it's already involving a lawsuit, but whether or not the band's gonna be involved, I mean, I guarantee they will be, but that's not for sure yet. I don't know if you saw this, but so let me first set the stage and get your opinion without naming bands. Let's say you find out a band you love is going to hold a festival somewhere, and it's going to be in like a very remote place, and they set up to where like they'll give you your ticket. It's a very very expensive ticket, but this ticket will get you a hotel, and you'll be there for days, and they'll play multiple sets. All
That's
right,
a big
let's say
promise.
that's
Oh,
now let's say that's what they say they're going to do. We're going to
okay.
have one night all these bands are going to play. These other nights, all these other bands are going to play, but we're going to headline those nights, these 2 nights in a row. Sweet.
Huh.
You buy your ticket. Um, you go see them that first time, like, oh fuck yeah, I can't wait to see them tomorrow at this resort we're staying at in this remote place. And the next day, you're like, what are they going to play next? And their second set is mostly songs they played the day before.
Oh,
How do you feel about that?
yeah, that's kind of crazy. I want to take what's the Wheel of Fortune? I want to solve the riddle,
Want to solve the
or
puzzle?
I want to solve the puzzle. Is it Tool?
Yes. This was
Ding 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 ding.
Tool in the Sand Festival in the Dominican
Wow.
Republic at I think it's the Hard Rock Casino Resort. So, well, I'll pull up
Wow.
these two set lists for you. And people were pissed. They were booed the second night, and they ended the set
Oh
early.
shit. Oh my gosh, that's not good.
So let me pull up these set
Yeah, what were
lists.
they playing the same set for? Do you think
It
that
wasn't it
it's a
wasn't
mistake?
100%, but I'm going to pull up the set list and because I think what fucked them even more is so you play all these songs the first night. The second night,
Huh.
like you kind of mix it up a little bit. You have some other songs in there, but you start off with all the songs you played the night before. Not a good move.
Yeah, right.
But
Definitely not.
let me pull this up. And mind you, these tickets were like I think somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 because, like I said, it includes the resort. Tool.
That's
So
crazy.
Tool. Come on, load. All right, here we go. So the first night they played Stinkfist, Fear Inoculum, Rosetta Stoned, Numa, Zombie, Schism, The Grudge, Flood, Invincible, and Vicarious. All right. That's pretty respectful. I mean, I would go to a normal show and go see that. That wouldn't be
Oh
bad.
boy.
Uh, the second night.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Second night.
Yeah,
Fear Inoculum again.
that would be cool.
Anima, which they didn't play that the night before. Then Rosetta Stoned again. Numa again. Zombie again. Descending. Intolerance. Chocolate Chip Trip. Swamp Song. So about half their second set was
Yeah.
played the night before.
That's in like why is all I can ask because they have an entire discography to pick from. Like they have so many more songs. And
Mhm.
that second night ending is like almost all new shit. So it's just like they're trying to cram the new shit into people's faces, I guess. But a lot of those people, I'm sure, were wanting to go to hear fucking Sober and
Mhm.
uh,
Third Eye.
Collateralist. And, yeah, dude, like, come on, man. That's crazy.
And I guess the second night he even made the. I don't know if he was like trolling or what, but he goes, "How many of you guys were here the other night? Who wouldn't have been there the other night? You're all in a secluded resort. Paid $4,000 to go here."
What the hell?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
so there's already a lawsuit towards the organizers of the festival that's been filed because it was
Wow.
because I guess it depends on which poster you look at. Some just say two nights of Tool, others say two sets, which with two sets it
Ooh.
implies it's two unique sets.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, if you're gonna, oh man, that's bad wording. That's a sticky situation, man. And like, I just don't know why they would do that. So
Yeah.
they set up this
I don't know
event
if
and
they did it.
everything?
I don't know if they
Wow.
did it, but the organizers are being sued. But at the same time, I don't know if that's technically on the organizers or is it on the band because they can't. The organizers can't really control the band to play different. Like I feel like it's almost expected that you would play different songs on this
Yeah,
massively expensive festival.
right. Like you're just making it look like you opted for those songs to make your job easier and not have to rehearse the other material. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
And also, like I understand, like when you have a new album, trying to promote it a lot, but Fear Knocking is what, like 6 years old now?
Yeah, it's already 6 years old now. It's crazy. Oh
So
my
it's
gosh, dude. Seemed like it came out not too long ago, to be honest. Damn.
well, we did wait what 13 years for it anyway.
Yeah, yeah, true. Damn, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Interesting situation.
and I brought it I introduced it that way because I see a lot of people commenting and trying to back justify what Tool did. It's like they didn't say it was going to be two unique sets. I don't know what you're expecting. All these whiny give me fans. Like and that's why I don't think they're actually real people. I feel like it's also again, it's uh
Bots.
yes, it's engagement farming bots trying to rile people up and start arguments to get this post viral. And also, I'm pretty sure the article I read was AI generated based off a real article because it did happen, but it was an AI picture of like Maynard Keenan crying. So obviously, I'm pretty. It's
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
but it's hard to tell if it's real people or if it is just engagement farming.
Huh.
Which also brought me back to what
That's
we talked about last week because I also started wondering, like, there's already engagement farming going with like bots,
uh-huh.
but now we have it where AI is so popular now. Like you can just keep AI generating articles to put out there, and then bots are going to engage with it. So how much of the internet is even real anymore when it comes to social media?
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, we probably got a lot of fake people listening to our podcast right now.
Uh,
Probably just bots
you are
listening.
all real people. You are all
Yeah.
special.
I am a
All are
real
special
person.
bots.
Yeah, we love our bots. Got nothing but bot love for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Some
that's crazy
sneaky
though,
news.
man. That's some wild news there. Um, yeah, you know what? I didn't have metal news, but I had a moment I need to highlight for public opinion and maybe topic discussion with you on this.
Okay.
Can you please pull up that picture on your end that you sent of me of the current price tickets for sold out Meshuggah and Cannibal Corpse
Oh
show?
yeah, yeah. It
Because,
was.
dude, it infuriated me when you sent me this picture. So, to those that don't know, Meshuggah and Cannibal Corpse are touring the U.S. with Carcass, and um, the tickets were 60, $70 on
Yeah, I think it
average.
was
Like,
60 for just, and it's just general admission. I mean, you could get balcony
yeah,
seats for more, but I
right.
mean, and also
But
St. Louis
yeah,
is the
so
only sold out date on the entire tour as of right
yeah,
now.
that's what. So like, I have a thought on that too. So like, I think that I don't know, man. I expected to see this difference in increase. So like, tickets were 60, $70. I bought mine like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. Now, granted, I did get mine early, but
Are you ready for the picture?
yeah, they are now how much? So yeah,
167 for the cheapest, or 163
that
for the
is
cheapest.
that is bananas, dude. For a
Mhm.
fucking metal show? Like,
Yeah.
I expect to find this in other genres. I expect to find this in pop, country, rap, you name it, you know. I just feel like those are definitely going to get ticket scalpers. They're going to have a bigger industry with those genres than they are metal, you know. I honestly feel that these scalpers now screwed themselves, which I hope that they don't sell a damn one of those. And, you know, it sucks for the bands to have empty seats in that arena, but um, fuck, I hate people like that, dude. They're just trying to literally get $100 profit based on those prices off the pockets of people that, you know, are trying to go to a metal show, dude. Of all shows, a metal show. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I hate that, man.
And so I originally tried through Vivid Seat, because that's what I typically like to use is just Vivid Seat. I have the app. And clicked on Meshuggah and it says there are 0 tickets sold out. It's like, huh, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Not even resale tickets. Those prices are from Ticketmaster. So I don't know if maybe Ticketmaster's doing something or if it is I Ticketmaster's also I understand the most popular. So maybe it is actual scalpers just using through Ticketmaster. But either way, and like you said, it is point blank scalping because like I understand I've done it before too, where you buy tickets, you can't go, so you try to resell them. You're not trying to
Yeah,
resell them for almost triple the price
yeah,
just to get rid of
right.
the ticket.
Yeah. It's so jacked up, dude. It's so jacked up and blatantly obvious, and I don't know. We definitely need some regulations on that. Like, governmental oversight definitely needs to investigate that shit because it's corrupt. It's so
Hmm.
fucked up, man. And it's literally people just trying to make a quick turn of money. And like I said, I hope their fucking pockets just burn on that one, dude, because it just infuriates the hell out of me. And I guarantee I'm going to go to this show, and as I'm walking in, people are going to be standing. Hey, I got tickets. I got tickets. You need a
Hmm.
ticket? Like, no, no, dude. It's 2025. What the fuck would I be driving 3 hours to go see this show for and not have my ticket already secured? No, I don't need your fuck it, you piece of shit.
Especially when it's sold out like a month and a half advance.
Yeah, right. And like, oh, it just irks me, dude. But it's just like, you know, people use cards now, man. People are 9 times out of 10 probably going to buy that ticket online anymore. Like,
Hmm.
they're not going to go to the show and look to buy it. Yeah, maybe when cash was king 50 years ago, that was probably the move. But I just I don't see the point in trying to sit there and sell tickets outside the venue. But I don't know. I've also heard of online scams. You know, you buy a ticket and it doesn't even fucking work when you get to the gate. So, which is super
Yeah.
scary because that
Yeah.
just makes you know so sketched out to even use the online platforms, which sucks, man. It's like I hate that that's infested with pieces of shit, corrupt people.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
it just sucks.
And I've also heard there's also the other end of it where I've heard there's other bands that will like increase their ticket prices and they say it's because they're trying to fight scalpers or whatever. It's like, but people are still either way, the people who are suffering that are the people who are going to pay for your show.
Yeah, right.
Like I understand you want like, and I feel like that justification is also dumb because you're pretty much complaining that you just want to wet your beak a little bit more. You just want a
Yeah.
little bit more of the money that's on the table, like at the expenses of your fans.
I mean, you know, and that's a tough one because, like, in my opinion, I would rather that band, I would rather have these bands sold that ticket at the gate $160 to avoid the scalpers. But at the same time, I'm gonna definitely contemplate on even going to that show that much more. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like $160, dude. It better be a metal festival. You know,
Hmm.
like I don't know that I'm gonna spend more than that on a one night show. That's just kind of crazy.
Yeah. I almost wonder because I know wasn't there a lawsuit against I think what is the name of that company that owns pretty much everything? Is it Rock Nation or whatever? Or
Live Nation
that's
or
it, Live
uh,
Nation.
yeah,
Like how they pretty much have a monopoly on it. Wouldn't
yeah,
it make more sense for the venues themselves to be selling the tickets?
yeah. I mean, Yeah, it would. But I don't know. I don't know that industry enough. But yeah, you would think. I mean, because essentially, yeah, they're just a middleman, dude. They could
Yeah,
totally be cut out, but it's all about distribution, and I'm sure they're tied into the music industry and
but
fucking,
what happens when you go to the like if because there's the buy in advance tickets that you always get through like Live Nation, Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, whatever. But if it's not sold out, you can still go to the venue and buy a ticket straight from them. So I don't see why can I still do that, but I can't do it online in advance? I don't understand that. Like
Hmm,
why do these giant corporations have to be involved in that?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, it sucks, man. It's other people profiting off of the hardworking people's art, and that
Mhm.
sucks. But that's 2025 America for you. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I feel like this upcoming Cannibal and Meshuggah show, I think it's gonna have a crowd, but I think it's probably gonna be an okay one now after seeing that. I just don't know a
I
lot
think
of
it'll
people
still be
that are gonna
pretty
put
packed.
that down for it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I think it will, man, but I don't know. It is crazy. That's the only sold out show too. It's just like, geez. And you see those prizes, it's just like, okay, it's obviously Scalp City. Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, nothing we can do except make a podcast about it. So here's what we're gonna
Yep.
do. We're gonna rally against Live Nation, everyone. All of you
Yes.
listeners are we're gonna make a change. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, hopefully they come back. I don't know, maybe do a Kolos or a Obzin album anniversary tour. Because I don't feel like they really do anniversary tours.
I
I feel
know,
like they
man.
should.
Some bands take advantage of that and some don't. Like I've been so disappointed in some that haven't. And, I don't know. I definitely think like Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine, dude.
Hmm.
That show looks badass, and I think it
Yeah.
even looks even better now. I think it's updated recently, and I think you may have sent me the picture for that.
Actually, I think you sent it to me because I rarely
Oh
get on
yeah,
Instagram, and I finally looked at the messages you sent me, and it looks like you sent it to me because it looks like it's what August Burn Dread, Silosis, and Bleed from Within. Yeah,
yeah,
and also Trivium and Both for My Valentine both playing their best albums. I mean, yeah, that looks amazing.
hell yeah, yeah. That'll be super sick. But yeah, man. Not a lot of other bands are doing the reunion shows. I feel like you may get one every now and then, but
I heard a rumor that Cannibal Corpse might be doing one next year.
oh really?
Yeah, but you're not going to be happy with what album it is.
What is it?
The rumor is it's going to be Vile.
I don't. I'm gonna have to revisit it. I haven't checked it out since our rankings episode.
It's the first one with Corpse Grinder.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, yeah, I remember it wasn't my favorite. I don't
It's
know. It might
okay.
age.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
feel like there's better albums with him in it.
Yeah, man, they've been I don't know, I've really been digging their new sound, dude. I think they're I don't know, they definitely got my attention.
Yeah. Also, with anniversary talking about anniversary tours and the recent news, do we think the a possibility of a Blood Sacrament tour is out of the question now?
Um
Like how they
yeah,
had Ashes of
probably.
Leviathan? Lame.
Yeah,
Lame.
maybe. I guess we'll see. But
Sadness.
yeah, that is sadness.
Yeah.
But maybe Brent Hines will come back and let's see what year was that to oh 06. So yeah, I guess we're up on the 26 mark, huh?
Mm-hmm.
20-year anniversary. Yeah.
Yep, for Sacrament and Blood Mountain.
Maybe he'll come back in 6 months.
Or maybe Mastodon. Maybe. And maybe it won't even be a Sacrament Blood and Blood Mountain one. Maybe it will be a Blood Sirius or Blood Mars.
Oh, oh, dude, yeah. You know what? I listened to a song from Mars to Sirius like the day after we did our '06 album Island thing. And I was like, oh my God, I did not bring From Mars to Sirius on this island, dude. Holy shit. And I
Was it
couldn't.
on?
So yeah,
Was it
I would have
06?
to ditch one of the ones that I mentioned for that. Yeah, that was an '06 album. I
Why
just
wasn't it
didn't
on there
catch it in
then?
'06. I caught it years later, man. I was late on the Gojira wave, but die hard for that album.
Because that should have been on there. Because
Yeah,
I get.
it wasn't on the list, I remember.
Oh, I'm
I
showing
mean, maybe it was.
2005.
Oh, really? Well, shit.
It was
Maybe I'm
late
an idiot.
September, or late. Yeah, it's September 27th, 2005. So they should do one this year.
Okay, I meant
Wow.
that.
Well, is Gojira on a tour?
They should. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I don't know.
May,
I haven't heard much
maybe
from them ever since
we've
they did
already
their opera
we've
thing.
already we've already affected the culture with the pentagram and other stuff. Maybe we will now
Yeah,
speak it into fruition.
yeah, no shit. Who's your from Mars to Sirius?
Anniversary tour. What else came out in '05 though?
Oh, I want to say Decapitated had one, maybe.
Which one?
Nihility. I don't know. I'd have to double check that.
Ooh, that's
Actually, it
like
might
their
be
big
like
one, isn't
O2
it?
or something. Yeah,
With
it's
like
one of the
Spheres of
big
Madness
ones.
on it.
Let me see before I go and mess this up. You got to really make sure you put that discography after the Decapitated on Google. Otherwise, you might get some weird stuff. Nope, I'm wrong. Nihility was '02. And then Organic Hallucinosis was '06. That's right. I remember seeing that album on there, which is another good one. But then they also had The Negation in '04. And that's actually a really badass one, too. Early
I got you.
Decapitated, man, is fucking awesome. It's all awesome. I love that band.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know any '05ers off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting one, but I don't know if there's any playlist for '05. '06, I feel like there's a lot of people who have the same opinion we do as of '06 mel releases because it was easy to find that playlist.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Yeah. Um, that was a good topic for you to bring up. Are you ready
Yeah,
to
no
move
doubt.
on to bleeding through?
Let's do it, man.
All right. So I'm gonna rearrange some things on my screen. There you go. And there you are. All right. So actually, wait, no, I'm gonna put you right there, and then my Spotify right here.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really pay attention to lyrics back then, man, but this band has pretty much been a tough guy band since day one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's
gotta
sometimes I
admit.
feel like they kind of work. I'll get to that when we
Yeah,
talk about it, but yeah, I did notice that a little bit
fair
too.
enough.
All right. So this week we are doing the legendary symphonic metalcore deathcore. I don't know. I think more like a almost like a metal. Can you see my screen? Things are being slow.
Yes,
All right.
we're in.
There we go. So yeah, the legendary mellow death inspired symphonic metalcore, deathcore, whatever you really want to call them. Legends bleeding through. Um, I got a somewhat lengthy discography. I'll just be upfront. We talked about this. I was unable to listen to their debut because it's not on Spotify, so it's not as easily accessible for me to get to it. And I don't think I've ever listened to it, so we're just not going to rate that one. So we'll really just
I think
start with,
it's might be fair to just spitball a 5 at it
yeah, we can just give it
each.
a
Give it a flat
neutral
10.
5. Not good, not bad. It's there. Yeah. So we'll just kind of start with their sophomore release, and that is Portrait of the Goddess. What'd you think of this one?
Um, I wasn't into it a whole lot. I don't know that any songs even really stuck out to me. You could definitely hear like their origins, like they have the keys and pretty much their whole sound from day one. It's just definitely a lot more raw, but as expected, man. But not a bad start. Like you could tell, like they've kind of stayed consistent with their direction. I got to say that. But yeah, I don't know, not my favorite. So I'd probably give this one a 6.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's I will say for as old as it is, it still does sound pretty good, but I do think, and you did bring it up, like they have their sound is there, but for me, listening to this, it still feels like they have the pieces, but they're not in place yet. Like it almost feels like it's just not perfected yet. They haven't
Yeah.
figured it out fully. I do think there are some good songs here and there. Our Enemies and Just Another Pretty Face. It's not bad, but it is still, like I said, does they get better? They iron out some of these wrinkles. So I'm probably gonna give this a 6 as well.
Nice.
Actually, wait. If we're gonna give their debut a 5, are we gonna 5 each or?
That's what I was. I mean, it's up to you, but that's what I was thinking.
I feel like
Just
that would
to,
make the most sense.
yeah.
All right, that was 2002's Portrait of the Goddess. Shortly after that, just 1 year, they released their third album, and I feel like this is kind of like their um almost like AC this is their like AC/DC's TNT album is like pretty big and iconic. It's not their biggest. It could some people see as their biggest. This is their TNT. This is Love. This is Murderous. Came out in 2003. Um, I really
This is
like this
crazy.
album. Yeah, yeah, this is crazy. It's I feel like so. This is the album I always kind of associated with Bleeding Through.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty good album. Starts off with the Boondock Saints intro, the sample
Classic,
with
dude.
Love Lost and a Hail of Gunfire. This has like I said with Portrait of a Goddess, I feel like they have a lot of the pieces, but they're not fully in place. And I feel like in this album, they finally have them all in place, and everything does kind of work pretty good, especially in Love Lost and the Hail of Gunfire. They finally figured out how to get the synth to actually like play with the guitars pretty good with the like the since the
Yeah.
keys don't have to be crazy, but add a little bit atmosphere to the breakdowns, and I feel like it works well. You got Love Lost and a Hail of Gunfire, Sweet Vampiress, number 7 with a Bullet's groovy as hell, and
Oh
awesome.
yeah, dude.
On Wings of Lead, this is a pretty good album. This is the one I hear lean through. I think of this album cover as cheesy as the album cover is. It's still like I don't know. I feel like it's at this time at point. It's just been like, yeah, I love it. I kind of do love it. It's cheesy, but it's cool at the same time. It's cool. Kind of like it. I'm gonna give this one probably a an 8.5.
Sick.
What's your
Yeah,
thought?
dude. I love this album, man. And pretty much what you said. It's like when I think of Bleeding Through, I definitely think of this album probably first. And it's got the iconic sampling, and they do it like right off the get go, which I think is one of the best samples in a song, ever. And I think that song got huge because of that. It was almost like it almost seemed like this was one of the first times like sampling was like really done like really well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. It just became like so popular. I remember like everyone sharing it in high school and shit. Um, so it drew a lot of buzz there for me. But yeah, and then it riffs, dude. It's heavy as hell. I feel like they kind of eased up on the keyboards. Like the album before, it almost felt like it was excessive and like just unnecessary a lot throughout of it, in my opinion. But this one definitely seems more honed in. It meshes better with the music, what they're doing. Um, but they're definitely like kind of crafting their own style too. So,
Mhm.
um, it's I definitely dig it, man. It's one of my favorites by them. I'd probably give this one a 9.
Okay. So we're going to have a 17.5. All right. Awesome. So up next, we have another. This is another pretty iconic one. And this is 2006's. So the gap between Portrait of a Goddess and This Is Love and This Is Murders was only a year. This one took about 3 years. And that is 2006's The Truth. What's your thoughts on this one?
I actually love this one, dude. He kind of gets really confident with his singing almost, it seems. I don't know. It just seems like he's I've heard people shit on his singing before, but I actually kind of like it. But I can also kind of understand what they mean by it. You know, it just seems really abrupt at times.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, dude, I really like this album. I think one of my favorite songs is "Kill to Believe." That was, and "Love in Slow Motion." Those are both really good. "Love in Slow Motion," man, that one's a killer one. I remember that being on a compilation album at the time, and that's where I first heard it on this, heard about this album. So, yeah, dude, it's one of my favorites in their discography. I'd probably give this one an 8.2.
Okay. Um, This one, so you brought up the singing, and something I've noticed with this band, I don't feel like the singing has been consistent throughout their entire. Like, I feel like it changes. I they their his approaches to his vocals is always different. Like it seems every time. Like and I feel like the vocals in This Is Love and This Is Murders, the clean vocals I thought like they fitted pretty good. It was almost like a gothic like typo negative like like I feel like it added and it fit perfectly. Sometimes I feel like it's kind of awkward in this one. So for example, my favorite song on this album is Dearly Demented. I feel like
Oh
it's a
yeah,
banger and awesome song, but I don't know if it's because from what I understand, there's a guest feature. I don't know if it's him doing it or if it's the guest vocalist, but I hate the in the chorus there. It's dearly demented. It sounds like a 1950s Munsters trying to be scared. I feel like it's
it's really
awkward.
weird.
Yeah,
It's a weird part for sure.
I'm not a fan of that, but I feel like the rest of the song is awesome. But
Yeah, I
it is
agree.
a good album. I still do love This Is Love, This Is Murder's better, but I do see a lot of hard hitting parts in this, and I do see a lot of good in this. Like I said, Dearly Demented. The Painkiller, I was a little sad because I listened to it, think it's like cool title. Maybe it's a Judas Priest cover. It is not a Judas Priest cover, which I hope
Yeah.
someday someone makes a super bleeding through
Oh, that'd be
version
so
of
sick.
Judas Priest Painkiller. Be great. But it's
That would be.
Painkiller, still a good song. 11 Slow Motion, Line in the Sand. It's a pretty good album. I'm probably going to give this a 7.9. You
Okay.
gave, what was yours again?
8.2.
8.2? Oh, that's math.
Yeah. Good luck on that one, man.
16 point, you get 8.2, I think.
Yep, 8.2.
16.1. All right.
We did
Maybe my head hurt a little bit, but okay.
it.
All right. Up next, we have 2 years later, they release Declaration. So this is the first album with, or their only album with Jonah Waffhyfen. I don't know how you say this guy's name. He was I found he was in Bring Me the Horizon for an album, which is kind of what made me kind of go to bleeding through. But this is the only album with him in it, and I know you've talked about this album as well.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I listened. This is the first time I listened to it, and holy fucking shit. I get now,
Yeah,
this is a fucking awesome album. It's heavy as shit,
it
compared
is,
to
dude.
everything kind of around it. It's punchy. Will say it almost sounds like though the production kind of took a step back a little bit. Like it sounds almost like, almost sometimes like the heaviness is kind of blowing the speakers a little bit, compared to
Yeah.
all the albums
Sounds like
around
it
it.
can't like handle it.
Yeah. But other than that, I think this is a fantastic album, and in all honesty, I think this might actually be their best album. Because this is awesome. You got Declaration, Orange County, Blonde and Blue, Germany, French Inquisition. This is a awesome album. Sister Charlatan. This is a great album. A lot. I feel like this is probably also their heaviest album. So I'm gonna give this one a 9, a solid
Okay.
9. What's your thoughts on this album?
Hell yeah, man. I love this album, dude, a lot. I was jamming the hell out of it whenever it dropped. And now that it's aged a bit, like I kind of, I don't know that I love the vocals, all of them and stuff, but or like more so the lyrics, But if I'm not being picky, man, yeah, it's a stellar album. It kicks ass. It's punchy as hell. Like you said, I love that it sounds like it's on the verge of breaking my speakers. But I just now saw this, but an interesting factotum on this one. It was produced by the one and only Devin Townsend.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And so now that I see that, dude, I'm like, oh shit, that totally makes sense. Like the synths and the chaos of the opening of Declaration. Um, is that the second song? Wait,
Oh,
I always
Declaration.
say
Yeah, second
yeah,
track.
d- yeah. That crazy ass synths in the beginning. We do. Like that's and it's like full force volume too, but it meshes with the tune. So it sounds like a strapping young lad album. You know what I mean? So it sounds totally like Devin Townsend, which is just it's crazy. I didn't relate that before, but that's awesome, man. So that's cool. But yeah, dude, I love this album. Death Anxiety, I think it's catchy as hell. Um, like I said again, I've heard people give that one shit for his singing in it, but yeah, it is kind of awkward, but it gets stuck in my head, dude.
Hmm.
I think it's so good. So yeah, I give this one a 9.4.
Okay. Also, in preparing for this, I did a little bit of like Wikipedia stuff. Apparently, this one also had a lot of controversy as well with so I guess Bleeding Through was having a fight with their record label at the time, Trustkill Records, which I guess has a history of just issues with bands on their record label.
Oh
But
well.
um Bleeding Through was pissed with Trustkill because in leading up to this album, the record label, without their consent, re-released The Truth as a special edition called The Complete Truth without their authorization, like a month or a few weeks before this album dropped. So they decided to just tell people, go download it illegally, buy it or steal it, whatever you want. Just make sure everyone hears this album. So and I think, pretty sure they were also done with Trustkill after this. They said, get us out of here. They
Huh.
were tired of Trustkill Records, kind of just bleeding them of money and trying to take
Wow.
advantage. And I feel like that kind of move also kind of slights their new release as well. Because if you're going to re-release an album right before another album, I feel like no matter what, from a marketing perspective, you're going to hurt that album sales because people aren't going to
Yeah.
buy 2 albums in a short amount
Yeah,
of
no
time.
doubt.
In '08 during the housing crisis. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, great album. Declaration. Um, Up next we have 2010's self-titled Bleeding Through presents Bleeding Through. Um,
Right. Bleeding through.
by Bleeding Through. This is I feel like this one kind of goes on the same trajectory. I feel like they were in a real good groove. I feel like production kind of went back. But I do feel
For
like
show.
heaviness kind of stepped back a little bit, but it's still I feel like this was better than what was going on before. It's almost like Declaration was almost like a turning point to get away from like what the metalcore was going on at that time. Because this band did kind of start off in the early 2000s when there was a huge wave of kind of similar bands. There was like Atreyu, 18 Visions, and stuff like that. But Bleeding Through has seemed to have broken themselves off with Declaration a little bit. I feel like they were going that same path with this album. Um, good songs. You got Anti-Hero, Your Abandonment, Salvation Never Found. It's pretty good. I'm probably going to give this one probably an 8.7 because I don't think it's at the level of Grand Declaration, but it's still pretty good. What's your thoughts on this one?
I liked it, man. It had a lot of hype going up to, following Declaration. I don't know that it met up to par with that album, but that album was just Declaration was just so big for me. So I kind of knew it was going to be hard to beat, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, I loved Antihero, and like the breakdown in it, I think
Mhm.
is it throws you off so much, but it just brings that bleeding through fucking attitude breakdown shit. And even the video, he almost kind of goes like city gangster, and he's like standing with all of his homies and his shit, and like his shirt's off, and it's just like he's donning this like total like thuggish mustache. I don't know. It was kind of comical, but I don't know, dude. It was also really badass. Like it's just I don't know. I'm a sucker for that song. So they sold me on that one, man. And yeah, I dug this album. So yeah, I'd probably give this one a 8.5.
Okay. So that's a 17.2. All right.
Oh yeah.
Up next, we have 2012's The Great Fire. This is their last album before they kind of uh, take an indefinite break or break up, whatever you want to call it. This is the last album before that. What's your opinion on this album, The Great Fire?
I remember liking it, but I didn't really there's not a lot of tracks that really stuck out to me as much. Like there's none of those like prominent moments in it for me. And I don't know. So it didn't stay in my rotation for too long. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'd probably give this one a 7.5.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
So, and I would kind of agree a little bit. So it feels like almost to where Declaration was the mountain, and now we're on the backside to where they're almost kind of going down the mountain. Because the self-titled after Declaration was pretty good, but it was kind of like not as good as Declaration. This one kind of still going down that path. It's still pretty good, still heavy, more heavy than what was going on before Declaration, but it's nothing's really catching as much. Starving Vultures kind of stuck out to me, but I also was confused because is this a typo that is just stuck with them? Starving Vultures, or is that a Spotify issue?
I I don't know. Let me bring it up real quick. I don't even remember it off the top of my head. It's Vultures with an F.
Yes, track 5
Interesting. Oh wait, on the which one?
on the Great Fire,
Oh
track 5.
shit, that's right. I'm on the wrong one. Okay. I don't know. See, Wikipedia says starving vultures.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then I guess Spotify just has a typo. Because
Yeah, it
I
might.
I saw I was like, what's a vulture? Vultures makes so much more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
hilarious.
it's not a terrible album. Faith and Fire is also a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
But all in all, I mean, I wasn't super into it. I don't know. I'm probably gonna give this one flat 7. So we got a what 14.5. Oh fuck. There we go. Because you gave 7.5, didn't you? Right there.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. You
yeah.
froze
Can you
for a
hear me?
second. Yeah, you froze for a second. I thought I lost you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry, man.
Well, you're good. So they had a break. They come back and they released in 2018 Love Will Kill All. I f- I found this one by accident and I had kind of forgotten all about this band, but there was a song that was released from this. I think it was like a single. It was a cool music video. I mean, it wasn't super cool. It was literally just them kind of playing. But something about this song I super loved, and it got me hooked, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome! I need to go through, listen to some more Bleeding Through." And that was the song on this called "Set Me Free." I still love this song. I think it is a great example of having kind of the keys, like you can hear the keys pretty well, but they're not doing that much. She pretty much is just playing the same thing over and over again throughout the song, but it's how it fits into the different sections of the rest of the band, like the breakdown, the verse, the chorus, how it all works together. I think sounds awesome and great. That and that it's I love this song. However, listening to the rest of this album, I was not super into, which was kind of misleading because I think it's a cool album cover.
It
Has
is.
the blood-soaked sheets and what looks like a face underneath the sheet, almost screaming out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like if I remember this right, it almost felt a little bit like a Treyu-ish, not really bleeding through that much. I don't know. For me, I'm probably going to give it a 6.7. I still love Set Me Free, but I feel like this one, as a return, especially when you came off the heels of like your three heavy albums, you can't go this route. I don't know. I felt like it was a to come back, but take all those steps back. I feel like it's not the best. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 6.7. What's your thoughts on this album?
Yeah, man, like I really like the sounds. Like, I don't know, I felt like production wise, they're obviously hitting it, but it again, just not a lot stuck with me, man. I mean, yeah, I think there's like a couple tracks I want to say like No Friends, and then Set Me Free, the one you were talking about, but other than that, man, it didn't really stick around for me. So I don't know. I'd probably give this one a 7.5.
Okay, 14.5. Oh, we got a tie.
Nice.
All right. So that leads us. We got another long gap, even though they didn't break up. But we got another long gap, and that leads us to an album we talked about just last week or the week before. I think it was the week before, a couple weeks ago. And that is the newest release in 2025. Their ninth album called Nine. Um, it's not bad. I do think it is better than Love Will Kill All. It's still not the level that their mid-career stuff was doing with the heavy period. Um, there are still some good songs, but at this point, I feel like the lyrics have are hindering it too much, and also I feel like the vocals were best when it came to like the clean vocals anyway were best when it came to in This Is Murders, This Is Love, Declaration. The Truth had some good moments here and there, um, but I don't feel like it's as best utilized in this. And so I'm gonna say probably the best songs for me on this is gonna be Gallows. Um, yeah, I'm probably just gonna say Gallows there because I could say some other songs, but then I'm gonna remember it's like, oh no, that's where that one cheesy line was at, and it just kind of threw me off. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna give this one a 7.1. What's your thoughts on this brand new album?
Yeah, pretty much the same, man. I just wasn't crazy about it. Yeah, just to pretty much put it bluntly, I don't know. I didn't stick with it too long. Yeah, I'd give it a 7.
Okay, so we got 14.1.
And then I was just reading, their longtime bassist has just departed as of February 6th.
So
Ryan
that's
Wombacher.
pretty recent. Oh, I need to switch this around.
Yeah. So pretty crazy, man. It looks like it's all mutual though, and on good terms. So that's
Yeah,
cool. But
I do
I'm
wonder
pretty
though.
sure he was a founding member.
Yeah, I did see they had a lot of instability in their early years, but it looks like they're so obviously their lead singer, then it's their keyboardist and their drummer have been around for pretty much since like early 2000s. And their guitarist seems to be a revolving door though. And then, like you said, the bassist was with them pretty much forever.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember seeing videos of that dude. I'm pretty sure it was the bassist, but he was one of the dudes going around like going viral for doing the whole
Oh.
backswing
Hmm.
guitar trick, you know? And so like probably causing all kinds of dudes to replicate him to fucking break their
I haven't seen
break
that in
their
a
shit.
while. I remember that was
Yeah, I
big.
know. Oh yeah, there was like a whole year where bands were just trying to do that live. It was like a big Vans Warp Tour thing, wasn't it?
Hmm. I remember there was people there'd be like, "Oh, that's cool," but there's this one guy who does it three times around. Then there's I saw this other guy's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he'll do it forward and backward."
Yeah,
And
and then jump and do a backflip. Yeah, so
we're
yeah,
acting
they're
like them
always
spinning
adding
their
shit
guitar
to it.
around is like a skateboard trick or something.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
pretty funny.
So that is our bleeding through ranking. At number one, at with 18.4, we have Declaration. At number two, we have This Is Love, This Is Murderous at 17.5. And at number three, we have with a 17.2, we have Bleeding Through's album Bleeding Through. Uh, I
Nice.
I I can handle that. That's good.
I dig that.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Bleeding through. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude runs a gym.
He does. I think I was reading that he runs a gym and a clothing store as well. That's like themed around that gym. I forget what it's called. I saw it on Wikipedia.
Affliction?
Tap out.
Sorry. Just a wild guess. Yeah.
I also saw. So
I mean, he kind of definitely throws those vibes out there, you know?
yeah, I did see though. I didn't realize this until I was reading it today. Apparently, because I did always saw those similarities, but I didn't know so the lead singer was actually also originally in the band Throwdown and
Oh.
uh 18 Visions, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
18
no
Visions.
shit.
Which I
Whoa.
feel like 18
I didn't
Visions
know
is
that.
closer to Bleeding Through, but
Huh.
Throwdown was a little bit of a surprise, but yeah, he was in those bands too.
I didn't know
And
that.
he do you remember I don't know if you I know Justin always talked about this, but the side project for the lead singer of Atreyu, he has this extreme, I don't know what you would call it, like extreme metal, it's kind of like deathcore grindcore-ish. It's the lead singer of Atreyu called I Am War.
I don't think so. I don't
Uh,
think I've ever heard of it.
the lead singer is also in that. He did that side
Huh.
project with that guy for a bit. So he's a busy guy.
Is is their album Raw as War?
I am war, raw as I.
Monday night, Netflix. I could totally see that guy breaking into the WWE.
Yeah,
Brandon Chiappetti.
I feel like there's a
Especially with
couple.
the new like face paint type shit he's doing. Like he
Yeah,
looks like a total WWE get up.
although he looks pretty old now. He almost so looking at this Spotify picture of them, he almost looks like the guy from Law and Order SVU.
Really? Wow. Well,
Do you
I
have
don't
it
know
pulled
that
up?
I've.
Just look at that one picture. He looks just like him with the shaved head.
Oh, let's see. On the new album,
No, it's just their picture on Spotify, like the artist profile picture.
is it with the paint and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me see this real quick. Damn it. Now, see, I can't. For some reason, my fucking laptop's not letting me bring up Spotify. It's being a total bitch right now. But I'm like, oh yeah, his age is definitely getting him. But
Yeah.
I'm sure he could still kick my ass.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want to say all that to his face.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I'd much rather be doing it right here.
I'll just say it on the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
Um,
the keyboardist is apparently married to the guy from Machine Head.
Okay, I was wondering. I knew that she was married to a like. I was thinking it was someone in the band, but okay, right on.
Yeah.
There is a dude in Bleeding Through Now that looks like fucking crazy as hell, like the bald one with all the tats and
Oh yeah,
shit.
the skull tat.
Like, whoa, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, that was our bleeding through album ranking. What should we do next?
Hmm. Man, I'll tell you a band. We don't have to do them if you don't want to. I don't know that you ever had a big wave on them, but I definitely at some point want to do Strapping Young Lad.
Ooh,
So I love
how many
Strapping Young
albums
Lad,
do
man.
they have?
Let's see. I love their discography, honestly. It'd probably be a
Why?
high ranker for me. Let me see real quick. I honestly don't think it's too extensive because Devin Townsend got so busy with all of his extra additional shit on the side.
Yeah.
Um, looks like 5 albums.
Okay. I mean, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been super into though Devin Townsend. Like I can listen to him from time to time, and think, "Oh, this is awesome." But when it comes to a
Yeah.
full album, I don't think I've ever actually sat down. Like I listened to Ziltoid.
Uh-huh.
I forget which project it is. It's either Devin Townsend project or just straight Devin Townsend. I thought that was fun, but
And see, that's like definitely one of his weirder shit for me, in my in my opinion. Because that sounds like that's almost like a play, isn't it?
yeah, but that's what made it fun for me was that it wasn't super serious and it was wacky.
Yeah.
It's the mixture of the super heaviness with the wackiness. Like some of these titles I'm looking at is uh, I think I saw, yeah, here, oh my fucking god. Um,
Oh, nice. Gang. That's a badass song, man. And then like I got there. My first introduction with Strapping Young Lad was I picked up their greatest hits album, and just ran through it, dude. But it was great, front to back. But in the booklet that came with that CD, it's cool because you get like a little note from Devin Townsend about how the song was developed, written and influence and shit like that. And the song "Detox" is actually about him being on like an acid trip and coming off of it. And so that's the lyrics in the song of what you're hearing him. And so like I don't know, after reading that and delving into it, I found it to be really fun, and I think it's great. Like he also takes a sample of him when he was a really little kid, like 3 years old, and it's in one of the first songs on might be City, but he's 3 years old and he's talking about a bear being outside and how a bear ate a guy or something like that. So it's pretty crazy, but I don't know. It's I love Strapping Young Lad. I've always been a big fan, so.
I got you. Yeah, we can do
Um,
Scrappy Young Lad.
it's up to you. Unless you have another recommendation, man. I've been kind of picking the last two, I think. Do you have anyone in mind?
I've been thinking a little bit of there's one band. I want to say there was another band. Now I can't remember who it was. Um, because I was thinking Devourment,
Oh,
but then there was one other band, and they weren't super metal that I was thinking of. Ooh, actually, there's a couple.
okay.
Um, but I don't know how familiar you are with one of them. Trap Them.
Hmm. I'm not real familiar. What
They're
about
kind.
Trapped?
I'm good. I know one
Okay.
song, and also just everything that they've been doing recently is like, nah, I'm good. Then there's also fuck, I just had it. Now I gotta pull it back up.
Sorry.
Trap
Distracted me.
Them or ooh, that's it. because I've been listening to it a little bit today. Unearth.
Ooh, okay. I went through a pretty big Unearth phase. Well, semi, I guess. They're kind of some metalcore legends.
Yeah. So
Um,
those four options: you got Strapping Young Lad, you got Devourment, you got Trap Them, and you got Unearth.
if I'm picking SYL. But
Okay.
if you're picking, I mean, I've picked the last two, so it's up to you.
Let's do something easy then. Since it's
Okay,
just 5 albums, let's pick Devourment. Because
okay.
I think they are only 5 albums. Because it's Listening Decapitated, Butcher the Week, um, Unleash Carnivore, Conceived in Sewage, and Obscene Majesty. So yeah, that should be pretty easy.
Okay. Hell yeah, man. Let's do it.
Devourment. Excitement.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember another one I was thinking of. Carnifex.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one too.
Mhm.
Also, I guess we should announce we totally skipped over that with metal news. Carnifex announced the reunion tour of Hell Chose Me.
Oh yeah, with Devourment and Suffocation and Distant,
Yeah.
and then some other bands that I don't haven't really heard of. But
Crazy, crazy ass lineup, dude.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I have been seeing some people complain though that Suffocation and Devourment are having to open for Carnifex, but at the same
Yeah.
time,
I know. I'm seeing a lot of shit too. Like a lot of guys are saying they're just going to leave after Devourment or after Suffocation. It's like, damn.
I mean,
Like,
more all right, more room for us then. I mean,
yeah.
because
Hell
I
Chose Me
started.
is a killer Carnifex album, dude. That's a
Yeah,
classic.
I never really gave it that much attention, but I have been listening to it more recently, like Dead Archetype and
Oh
or
yeah.
is it Dead Archetype or Dead Monarch?
I think it's Dead Archetype.
Yeah, that whole album is actually pretty is a pretty heavy. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Hell yeah.
So I would be fine with seeing them play a lot of that stuff.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be sick.
And I do think maybe Carnifex is maybe trying to do more of the kind of get more cred and respect because I feel like the one time I saw them, it was surprising of how raw they were, like little stage stuff that was going on. It was really just a little bit of lights, no samples, just them playing, and also on tour with Cryptopsy at the time. And now they're going on tour with Devourment and Suffocation. I do feel like maybe they are trying to get away from like the theatrics and try to get more um cred in the like death metal and brutal death metal community, I feel like.
Yeah. I think they're doing a great job of, like, with this tour especially, like, kind of imprinting their name as a staple headliner, you know,
Hmm.
for what it's worth. I mean, I feel like they've kind of done a couple rounds of that now.
Hmm.
So, cred to them, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, sick ass Bill, man. I mean, that's definitely a show I'm going to be thinking about getting out to.
Oh yeah. Especially with because Devourment never really tours that often or even
Yeah.
close to here. So being able to see Devourment, I think would be awesome. I would go just to see Devourment. And it just so happens it gets to be a bunch of other great bands. Suffocation, Carnifex, and Distant I think would be okay. I've never been super into them, but I think it'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love to go to see that.
Yeah,
Hopefully it
for
doesn't
sure, dude.
sell out. And then
Yeah.
ticket scalpers.
300. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
But yeah. Devourment next week. It's a fun time. Uh so yeah. You got anything
Yeah.
else you want to add for this week's episode?
I don't think so, dude. I
I
think
got
I'm
you.
good.
Well, then, if you enjoyed this week's episode, you can check out our back catalog. We got many episodes and hopefully many, many more. You can check us out
Fucking
on
hundreds.
Spotify. What's that?
I said fucking hundreds.
Hundreds. You
We're
can
working
check
our way.
us. Yeah, we're almost to 40 already, which means 50 is right around the corner, which is a little crazy, but we're almost there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Castbox. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on pretty much wherever you get your podcast content from. You can just check us out. Give us a subscribe, maybe and rate us. Just let us know how we're doing. That always helps us out. Um, you can also check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook, where I want to post more. I posted a couple times today, telling people to check out the new Bronco album that we talked about, and new Metaphobic, since I feel like that was kind of
Yeah.
our top pick and your top pick from last week. Actually, you want to start doing that? If do you have a top pick
Top
album?
picks?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your top pick
Um,
from this week?
um, I think I would go Whitechapel Bedlam.
Okay. I'm probably gonna go with
Are
Crown
we doing
Magnetars.
specific song
I was
for
just
that?
gonna post the album, but I can post that specific song as well. I'm gonna
Okay.
probably pick if I pick a specific song, I'm gonna pick Crown Magnetars Nailed the Fuck Down. Um
Okay.
yeah, we can start
Oh
doing
yeah.
that. You can check us out, see what our uh even a little bit of a teaser of what we were talking about even before the episode comes out. Yeah, you can check us out on Facebook, TikTok. You can even email us at deathmaildaddies@gmail.com. Send us an email. You can tell us how we're doing. Tell us we fucking suck and should stop. We won't, but I mean we'll read it.
We'll keep going.
Yeah. We gotta get to 50 somehow. Yeah. But until then, you have plenty of our content out there. You can go check out our back catalog. And until then, that's up. Until then, that's all we got this week. Death Metal Daddy's out.
Goodbye. Shout out to our sponsors, Deer Duff Insulation. We'll fill every crack that you have. I'd give you a number to call, but don't got my phone on me. Give us a holler. Yep. Shout out to Velo nicotine pouches, wintergreen, 6 milligram. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. All right. Let's see here. Politics, music, weather. Introducing Jeffrey Ledbetter in 3, 2, 1. And now Jeffrey Ledbetter is entering the room.